moment for this to load.
I'll check on it.
I mean, it pops up on my screen. I get a progress bar first. And then I have to wait for it to load so I can hit pause. So I'm not hearing it in my ear.
It's good. It's running.
Okay. We are good. We are live. Hello again. My name is Lauren Dill. I will be moderating this round. I have helping me Mr. Kearney.
Michael Kearney. Yeah, Mr. Kearney from Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
And we have as our primary scorekeeper.
I'm Jason Gaderowitz. I'm from Plano, Texas.
And our backup scorekeeper.
Hi, Mary Byanen from Houston, Texas.
And as our timer.
Hey, I'm Claire, and I'm currently in Central Virginia.
All right, thank you very much. All right. Players and spectators, keep checking the Sched app for upcoming sessions. Don't forget that many colloquia are pre-recorded and you can listen to them anytime. By participating in this session, you are agreeing to abide by the NJCL Code of Conduct and the guidelines, which I will go over. Do not record any audio or video without express permission. The moderator and the tech assistant have the authority to remind participants of the guidelines and to remove a participant from Zoom for not following the guidelines and or the NJCL Code of Conduct. Okay. Right, I want to remind all players to wait until you're recognized in order to answer a toss-up, even if your buzz may appear first on your screen. Remember that the order on your own screen may be different from the screens of, from my screen or Mr. Kearney's screen. Your own Zoom connection usually can favor your message sometimes before others if it happens within milliseconds of another. Zoom spectators within Zoom, coaches and or alternates, please be quiet during the duration of the match with your cameras turned off. At the score checks 5, 10, and 15, you are free to clap using the Zoom reactions. You may type encouraging words in the chat at those score breaks as well. When scores are read at 19, only Zoom clapping reactions should be used so we can finish the round. Audience members in Zoom may turn on their cameras and microphones at the very end of the round. I'm going to now paste into the chat the Aurelia passage and go ahead and read it for everyone. Aurelia, cui urbs placebat, erat in Aegypto cum familia sua ingenti et equo suo. Tredecem ludos magnos Jovis in amphitheatro Alexandriae spectabant. Tandem hic equus iratus domum recurre coipit. Ehu. Okay. Players, please remember, you may not do anything that may be construed as consultation, including gestures, and any verbal or electronic communication with the other players, coaches, or audience members. You may not communicate with other players in any way other than by voice, in Zoom, in this Zoom, or in the Zoom chat. From all in the Zoom, there should be no exclamations about consultation or other rules or procedures during a question in progress. If players have a question during a toss-up, they should raise their hands or use their voice to ask the question. Coaches, players, and audience members, again, moderators have discretion to make rulings during rounds. If there is an issue, please direct it to the Certamen chair. Please be polite and respectful of our judgment. Okay, I see we have captains on all 3 teams, California, Rahul, Florida, Jasper, and New Hampshire, Mira. Just want to clarify that whoever does say final answer during the bonus time will be giving the final answer for the team. Once time is called, the next thing said by the team will be considered the final answer. Do any players have a question? Okay. Let me make sure I am about to read the right round. Novice, round 2. Okay. Right, let's Zoom chat. We are going to do one practice question now for no points. This question does not necessarily reflect the difficulty of the questions in this tournament. From what Latin adjective does the girl's name Letitia come? Florida 2,
Lightos meaning happy.
Lightus is correct. Bonus 1. What is the masculine genitive plural of the comparative form of that adjective?
Could you paste the adjective in the chat?
Yes. And Mr. Kearney's got it. That's time. Need an answer?
Lightus, final.
Sorry, this was litiorum. And bonus 2, what is the comparative adverb?
I don't know.
Litiore.
Okay, Litiore, final.
I'm sorry, the litiore is not correct. It is litius. So for no points anyway, so it doesn't matter. And again, this throwback question, recognizing the 50 years of Certamen, came from 1976, round 2 of NJCL Certamen. Okay, if there aren't any other questions, we are going to begin with toss-up number 1. Of the words coquus, latro, poeta, janitor, and sacerdos, which is best described in the following sentence? Is longos libros scribit. Florida 3.
Poeta.
Poeta is correct. Bonus 1 for Florida. From the list in the toss-up, coquus, latro, poeta, janitor, and sacerdos, which is best described in the following sentence? Is in templo laborat deos laudans.
Oh wait, never mind. Is sacerdos priest
Or,
or is latro priest?
I don't know, but I think
That's time. I need an answer.
Socrates, final.
Sacerdos is the correct one. Bonus 2. From the same list described in the toss-up, coquus, latro, poeta, janitor, and sacerdos, which is best described in the following sentence? Saepe is clam per noctem ambulat.
This is like walking in the night, right?
Mhm.
Yeah.
So
Maybe
is that-
Janitor.
I was thinking janitor, right?
That's
Yeah.
what I was
Does anyone know what
thinking.
latro is? I don't know what that
I
is.
don't either.
I don't.
I need an answer. That's
I
time.
janitor, Jasper.
Janitor, final.
Understood. Janitor is not correct. We were looking for latro.
What is a latro? Are we allowed to ask?
Oh, sure. Sorry, I was looking at a DM from my co-moderator. A latro is a robber.
Also, in the question, your mic cut out a little bit at the beginning.
Yeah, I'm aware that I have a little bit of a lag. Let me.
That's what we were just communicating about. So
Yeah, that's exactly. Mr. Kearney was letting me know I'm going to try to close as many other things as I have open, although that's probably not the issue really. My husband better not be gaming. Usually my internet is really reliable, but let me go ahead and close these other windows just in case my Chrome is being laggy and causing the issue. Okay. I will also try to speak as slowly as possible. Not too slow, but
Just happened
enough
again,
time.
right during
Ah.
that sentence.
The only other thing I can think of. Okay, Mr. Kearney, you have the YouTube live stream going, right?
Yeah.
On your
Well,
computer, like you have it.
I can watch it if that's your question.
I don't think this is going to kill it. I'm just going to close, like when I start the live stream, it pops up the YouTube and that may be dragging. So I'm going to close that and hopefully, yeah, the live stream is still happening on our thing. So I think we're okay. Maybe that will help. All right. If it gets worse, maybe Mr. Kearney can step in, but he's on it. He's monitoring too. All right. Right. So latro means thief or robber. Got it? Okay. All right. We're moving on to toss-up 2. Today's politicians tend to wear formal attire in office or on the campaign trail. In ancient Rome, you could identify New Hampshire 1.
You could identify them by a toga praetexta.
I'm sorry, that's not correct. Florida 3.
I was also going to say toga praetexta.
Okay. California 2.
Toga candidatus.
The other teams have already buzzed. I am not going to accept that because it is not the proper term. You're really close. It is called the toga candida. All right, so we are moving on. The rest of the question, you could identify an individual running for office by his chalk white garments, known by what name in Latin? So that was the full question. And toga candida is how it's properly said. Mr. Kearney says my sound is still cutting out. Is that true? Wish I knew why. Wish I knew why it's not being. Michael, do you want to flip?
If you think it's valuable, I think it could be a good move.
Okay. I mean,
it
I'm
cut
not
off at exactly the point where people buzzed there, so I think it could affect gameplay.
okay. I'm not the one experiencing it, so I'm deferring to your experience of how badly it's cutting out.
It seems like the others tend to agree. So
Okay. Okay. Well, let's flip. So
yeah,
let's pause for a second and let Mr. Kearney get situated if he's not already so. He's going to redo the Aurelia passage. I'm going to be right back and see if there's something weird going on.
okay. Let me just get my screen set up. Hopefully this fixes issues. Let's try this. Aurelia, qui orbs placebat, erat negupto cum familia sua ingenti et equo suo, tredecem ludos magnos Ioas in amphitheatro Alexandriae spectabant, tandem hic equus iratus domum recur recoipit. Ehu. Can someone speak up and confirm that they can hear me?
We can hear you.
Okay, it's good. It's clear. I'll wait for Miss Dill to get back though. So it'll be a minute. I apologize for the delay, but I think it's better for everyone that we have an equal playing field. Okay. I'm going to go to toss-up 3 then, if you're okay with that. Okay. Moving on to toss-up 3. What type of animal includes both the one with full moon-shaped marks on its flanks that led a Phoenician emigrant to the site of his future city of Thebes? Jasper?
Cow.
Cow is correct. And the one that carried off Europa to Crete. And I apologize, I tend to call people by their first names. Miss Dill calls them by their numbers, so you're going to have to adjust that a little bit. Here's your first bonus, Florida Purple. Upon arriving to the site of Thebes, Cadmus defeated what kind of animal to gain access to a water source, and then sowed its teeth into the ground on Athena's orders?
Serpent. Or serpent.
Sure.
It varies. Serpent, final.
That's correct. And your second bonus? Name Cadmus's father, who was married to Telephassa and commanded Cadmus never to return to his native Phoenicia until he found, or pardon me, unless he found and rescued Europa.
Agenor. Final.
That's correct. So that's the full 20 points for Florida Purple on toss-up 3. We'll move on to toss-up 4. Here's toss-up 4. What is the nominative plural of weir? Rohan?
Weary.
Weary is correct. Here's your first bonus, Florida Purple. What are the nominative plural forms of the nouns weis and where?
I do not know these
Is
nouns.
it like waist and then wait, womb and I don't know where.
I don't even.
Answer, please.
Womb and werium, maybe. Womb
No,
and
sorry,
werium.
we're looking for weirace and weira. So no points there. And your second bonus. What is the dative plural of the noun weis?
New paste.
Mm-hmm.
There. Dative.
I'm not
plural,
sure.
so
What declension was it?
it's fourth.
Answer, please.
So ibis, wibis, finals.
Very close. We're looking for viribus. So viribus. Yes, this is a good question that I got from Rahul. Miss Dill does become the challenge in question mod since I'm reading. Thank you. That's a good clarification, Rahul. Okay, we'll move on to toss-up 5. Here's toss-up 5. What emperor was said not to have cut his hair or beard for several months following the disaster at Teutoburg Forest in 9 AD? Rahul?
Augustus.
Augustus is correct, in 9 AD. Here's your first bonus, California. What commander of the Rhine legions was responsible for this defeat at the hands of Arminius?
Publius Quinctilius Varus. Not final. Amira, you guys.
I have no idea, so I'll tell you.
All right. So, final answer: Publius Quinctilius Varus.
That's correct. And your second bonus? Augustus's policy was to reduce the military establishment to the minimum necessary to maintain peace within and guard the borders of the empire. After what notable battle of the Republican era did he permanently reduce the number of legions to 28?
All right, I've got no idea.
I don't know. Just pick a battle.
So this
Be a
time.
notable battle. So. Just pick one.
I need an answer, please.
Final answer: I have no idea, so I'm gonna guess Julius Caesar.
No, we're looking for Actium. So that's 15 points for California on toss-up 5. And after a somewhat scattered first 5, we'll have our score check, please.
Hi. So after our first 5 toss-ups, New Hampshire has yet to score. California has 15 points, and Florida has 45 points.
Excellent. With that done, we'll move on to toss-up 6. Here's toss-up 6. For the verb audio, Give the form that means y'all had heard. This, Mira?
Audiveratus?
That's correct.
Okay.
Audiveratus, the second person plural pluperfect active indicative. Here's your first bonus, New Hampshire. Change that form to the future perfect.
Mira, I think it's Audiveratus.
Audiveratus. Wait, no.
No, yeah, it's Audiveratus.
Final answer.
Can you repeat that? Sorry.
Audiveratus.
No, sorry. We need Audiveratus. No S before the T. And your second bonus? Change
sorry,
that form
quick
to
check.
the
Can you hear
third
me?
person.
Sorry, say that again.
Change that form to the third person.
Oh, okay. So it's Audiveratus. So that means Audiwerent.
I need an answer, please.
Audiwerent. Final answer.
That's correct.
Final answer.
That's correct. So that's 15 points for New Hampshire on toss-up 6. And we'll move on to toss-up 7. Here's toss-up 7. What Latin word, which has a compound meaning kill, is the root of English words such as clarify, affect, and fact? Rahul?
Kaido. Kaidori.
That's incorrect. Mira?
She's
Okay,
on
I'm no
our team.
longer
I don't
sure. I
think she
actually,
can answer you.
Interficio.
That's incorrect. Rohan?
Facio.
Facio is correct. Interficio is the compound. We need the base word, which is facio. Here's your first bonus, Florida. What derivative of facio means a group of people usually having the same opinion contained within a larger group?
Faction?
Yeah.
Yeah, that sounds right.
All right, faction, final answer.
That's correct. And your second bonus? What derivative of facio means without flaw or complete?
Factorized, I don't know.
I was thinking flawless, but it's probably not that.
It could be that.
Yeah, probably.
Or would it be finished?
I need an answer, please.
Finished, I think.
I don't think so, because it's without flaw.
Okay.
All right, let's do flawless. Final answer, flawless.
1 second. No, sorry, we're looking for perfect. So that's 15 points for you, Florida, on toss-up 7, and we'll move on to toss-up 8. Here's toss-up 8. What woman was distracted once, then again, then a third time by gifts from Aphrodite that were Jasper?
Atalanta.
Atalanta is correct. That were thrown in her path and allowed her suitor to beat her in a foot race and marry her. Here's your first bonus, Florida. Name that successful suitor.
Hippomenes.
Yeah, Hippomenes. Final.
Correct. And your second bonus? Later, for insulting one deity or another, both Atalanta and Hippomenes were transformed into what type of animal?
Lions.
I think lion, yeah.
Yeah, they were lions.
Lions. Final.
That's correct. That's full 20 for Florida on toss-up 8. We'll move on to toss-up 9. Here's toss-up 9. Which U.S. state that does not have a Latin motto has a name that is derived from the Latin word mons, meaning mountain? Rohan from Florida Purple. Yeah.
Montana.
Montana is correct. Here's your first bonus, Florida. Which U.S. state that also does not have a Latin motto has a name that is derived from the Latin word silva, meaning forest?
Pennsylvania.
Pennsylvania.
Yeah.
Yep.
Pennsylvania. Final.
That's correct. And your second bonus, which U.S. state that does not have a Latin motto has a name that is derived from the Latin word flos, meaning flower?
Florida.
Yeah, I'm
So,
thinking
Yeah, Florida.
Maybe, yeah.
Florida. Final.
That's correct. Would have been a problem if you had missed that one. So that's the full 20 points for Florida on toss-up 9. We'll move on to toss-up 10. Here's toss-up 10. Listen carefully to the following passage, which I will read twice, and answer in English the question that follows. Olim erat consul nomina Publius Claudius Pulcher, ei valde placebant bellum gerere et homines necare. Sed erat difficultas. Publius non bellum gerere poterat, quod puli sacri Romae non comedebant. Publius pulis cibum dabat semel, bis ter, sed puli non comedebant. Iratissimus, Publius pulos in mare jegit. I'll repeat. Olim erat consul nomina Publius Claudius Pulcher. Ei valde placebant bellum gerere et homines necare. Sed erat difficultas. Publius non bellum gerere poterat, quod puli sacri Romae non comedebant. Publius pulis cibum dabat, semel, bis, ter, sed puli non comedebant. Iratissimus Publius pulos in mare jegit. The question: what are two things that Publius Claudius Pulcher liked? Mira? I need an answer, please, Mira.
You're muted.
I'm so sorry. I didn't realize I was muted. To wage war and like kill people, like, you know, the others.
That's correct. Here's your first bonus, New Hampshire. Why couldn't Publius wage war? And here's the passage for you.
Okay. Do any of you know what the comedebant
It had
word
something
means?
to do with sacred chickens.
Yes,
I need an answer, please.
Because the sacred chickens wouldn't eat.
Sacred chickens of Rome.
They wouldn't eat.
Could you give me more information?
Mary, can I answer the question?
Do you want to answer the question?
Yeah, can I answer it?
Okay, I defer to Mame Duvier.
Because the sacred chickens refuse to eat.
That's correct. And your second bonus? What did Publius ultimately do to the chickens?
He threw them in the sea.
He threw them into the sea. Final answer?
That's correct. That's the full 20 points for New Hampshire on toss-up 10. And could we have our score check, please?
Yeah. After 10 toss-ups, everybody's on the board. New Hampshire has 35 points, California has 15 points, and Florida has 100 points.
Okay, excellent. We're going to move on then to toss-up 11, especially in the interest of time. Here's toss-up 11. What man who grew up in Spain with his father, whose family name means lightning, followed up his victory in a skirmish at Ticinus with 3 stunning victories over Roman... Rahul?
Scipio Africanus.
That's incorrect. Theo?
Hannibal.
Hannibal is correct. 3 stunning victories over Roman forces at Trebia, Lake Trasimene, and Cannae. Here's your first bonus, Florida. What Roman dictator stopped the bleeding after Cannae by refusing Hannibal battle, which earned him an agnomen, meaning the delayer?
Cuntator. Fabius Maximus Cuntator, right?
I have no idea.
I do not know any of this.
Cuntator. Final.
Could you be more specific, please?
Fabius Maximus Cuntator.
That's correct. And your second bonus? Who was the only Roman general to defeat Hannibal in a land battle?
Scipio Africanus.
Scipio. Scipio Africanus final.
That's correct. So that's the full 20 points for Florida on toss-up 11. And we'll move on to toss-up 12. Here's toss-up 12. Eurystheus rejected which early labor of Heracles as invalid because Heracles' nephew, Jasper?
To slay the Linnaean Hydra.
Could you repeat that?
To slay the Linnaean Hydra.
Could you spell that whole answer? I know it's long, but for me. That's correct. We'll take that. Heracles' nephew Iolaus cauterized the stump of each head that Heracles had cut off. And here's your first bonus, Florida. Heracles then dipped his arrows in the Hydra's poisoned blood. He used these arrows on several occasions, including alongside noisy bronze castanets during which labor?
To kill the Stymphalian birds.
Yeah, that.
To kill the Stymphalian birds final.
That's correct in your second bonus. Heracles also used another arrow to kill what centaur, who had tried to carry off Deianira, and committed suicide out of agony when Deianira poisoned the former's tunic with the latter's blood?
Nessus. Maybe. Nessus final.
That's correct. That's the full 20 points for Florida on toss-up 12. And we'll move on to toss-up 13. Hang on. Okay, moving on to toss-up 13. Which of the following nouns is not the same case as the others? Libertas, artium, signum, Amira?
Artium.
Artium is correct. And the final words were multitudo and soror. Here's your first bonus, California. Of those same nouns, libertas, artium, signum, multitudo, and soror, which is not the same gender as the others?
Can you put the words in chat?
Oh, there we go. I would. Oh God. I'm trying to remember the ones that could be masculine. I would say.
Worst case scenario, just go with the same one.
Go with libertas.
Answer, please.
Yeah, I think it's libertas. Libertas final answer?
No, we're looking for signum. And your second bonus? Of those same nouns, libertas, artium, signum, multitudo, and soror, which is not the same declension as the others?
This would probably be libertas.
Yeah, it's up to you.
Can we do it?
Go ahead.
All right, libertas final answer.
No, it's signum again. A little bit of a tricky one. So that's 10 points for California on toss-up 13. And we'll move on to toss-up 14. Here's toss-up 14. What modern country encompasses the territory the Romans would have called Baetica and Tarraconensis? I'll repeat. What modern country encompasses the territory the Romans would have called Baetica and Tarraconensis? Read.
Turkey.
That's incorrect. Rahul.
Spain.
Spain is correct. Here's your first bonus, California. Name a modern country that occupies part of the territory of the Roman province Rhydia.
Guess I'm gonna do the geography.
Spain was a fluke. I have no idea what I'm doing. So just guess something that's like not obvious.
Yeah, because it starts with an R. I don't know.
Just name a country.
I'm gonna say Romania because it starts with.
I need an answer, please.
Romania final answer.
No, we're looking for one of Switzerland, Germany, or Austria. And your second bonus, Name the modern country that contains the territory of the Roman province Cyrenaica. We're going to paste that.
So I'm bad at guessing, so one of you guys do it.
I don't know.
Well, I mean, I've got like a
Do I
idea.
do
It's like
Turkey this time?
95% probably wrong.
Just go with it.
Yeah, go.
All right, Malta.
No, we're looking for Libya. So that's 10 points for California on toss-up 14. We'll move on to toss-up 15.
So far off, I'm not.
One second, I have to deal with one thing very quickly. Okay, moving on to toss-up 15. Here's toss-up 15. What man rejected offers of prowess in war and rule over the known world, the gifts offered respectively by Athena and Hera, in favor? Jasper?
Paris.
Paris is correct. In favor of Aphrodite's promise to give him the world's most beautiful woman, Helen. Here's your first bonus, Florida. Atop what mountain near Troy did Paris complete his judgment of the three goddesses?
Ida, right? Or it's not Helicon, it's Ida, right?
Go for it.
Sure.
Yeah, I'd go for Ida.
Okay, Ida final.
That's correct. And your second bonus, pardon me. Fragments of an early poem describe how what group of three attendant goddesses, as well as the Horai, prepared a beautiful dress for Aphrodite to wear to the contest.
Three goddesses. So there's the Fates or the the Graces probably.
Yep.
Probably
So
that. Yeah.
The Graces final.
That's correct. Nicely done. So that's the full 20 points for Florida on toss-up 15. We're going to get our score check. And while that's happening, I'm going to send an update to everyone in the waiting room.
So after 15 toss-ups, we have New Hampshire with 35 points, California also with 35 points, and Florida with 160 points.
Okay, excellent. With that out of the way, that is to say the message, not the score check. We're big fans of score checks. We're going to move on to toss-up 16. Here's toss-up 16. What are you saying? I can't hear you. Please tell me again. From those sentences, give the Latin verb form for are you saying in the first sentence. I'll repeat. What are you saying? I can't. Rahul?
Dikisne?
That's incorrect. Mame?
Dikis?
That's correct. So 1 second here, though. So no worries. So DKISS we're going to take, that's from New Hampshire. If the sentence were purely, are you saying, you'd get the points for Rahul, but since the sentence that the question is asking about is, what are you saying, it would be quid DKISS and therefore no ne. So here's your first bonus, New Hampshire. Give the Latin for hear in the second sentence. I can't hear you.
Okay, I am thinking audire, since I can't hear you, I'm unable to hear you. So it would be like possum audire. So audire. Do any
I need an answer, please.
Want
so
to
let's
say
go with
something else?
Please give your answer.
Final answer.
That's correct. And your second bonus?
Audire, final answer.
Yeah, that's correct. That's correct. Using deco, give the Latin for tell in the third sentence. Please tell me again.
So that's imperative.
It would be deek. It would be deek. Final answer, deek.
That's correct. So that's the full 20 points for New Hampshire on toss-up 16. And we'll move on to toss-up 17. Here's toss-up 17. Responde Latine. Quem fratrem necavit Romulus? Lucas?
Remus?
That's incorrect. Rahul?
Remus.
That's incorrect. Theo?
Romulus.
No, sorry. So the question asks you to respond in Latin. And since quem fratrem is in the accusative case, therefore Remus also has to be in the accusative case, as in Romulus necavit Ramum. So you needed to give Ramum. It's a bit of a tricky format, and I, in a certain sense, apologize, but them's the rules. So that's no points for anyone on toss-up 17, but you'll know it for next time. We'll move on to toss-up 18. Ooh, let's get that fixed too quick. Thank you. Toss-up 18. What animal's name in English means a pig with thorns by derivation? Amira?
Porcupine.
Porcupine is correct. Here's your first bonus, California. What animal's name is preserved in vaccine?
Okay, so porcupine was just a guess because pigs with thorns look like porcupines, so I have no idea.
Guess a Latin.
Vaccine.
I don't know. I'm gonna say cow because I don't have no idea what I'm doing. Let's just say cow. Lily, do you have any ideas?
Yeah.
Answer, please.
I don't know.
Just say that.
Cow, final answer.
Yeah, that's correct. Either waka or cow. And your second bonus, let's see if you can do the trifecta. What English noun is a translation of both amata and mater terra?
Mother Earth, right? Or no?
I don't know what, like, I know mater is mother, but and terra is ground. And I don't know what
English noun, yeah. And it doesn't specify that it's not a proper noun, right? So we can, in theory, say Mother Earth. Or maybe we should just say Earth.
Maybe it's... Yeah, and then they'll tell us.
Answer, please.
Earth, final.
No, we're looking for ant. So that's 15 points as in A-U-N-T. That's 15 points for California on toss-up 18. 1 second while I work something out. One second. Okay. Scroll down to the bottom. Moving on to toss-up 19. Can we get the line, Lauren? Many thanks. Okay, toss-up 19. What woman is described in the following quote from Ovid's Metamorphoses? Then she still had a body. She was not only a voice, but although she was talkative. Rahul?
Echo?
Echo is correct. She had no other manner of speech than she now has to repeat the most recent words of the many spoken. Here's your first bonus, California. According to Ovid, what goddess removed Echo's ability to speak independently?
Nemesis.
That was Hera. Okay, whatever.
I'm like 95% sure it's not. No, Nemesis did it to...
I thought it was Hera.
Nemesis was Narcissus. Just... Yeah, go with Hera. Hera, final?
No, so sorry. Ovid is a Roman author, so we need Juno specifically. And your second bonus? Echo fell in love with Narcissus but was scorned by him. What goddess, seeking to avenge one of Narcissus's other spurned lovers, caused him to fall in love with his own reflection?
All right, so that one's Nemesis.
Wait, really?
Yeah, I'm like.
And that's the Roman.
That's Greek, though, right?
Yeah, so Nemesis is something in Latin.
I don't know who Nemesis is. Anybody?
His love and stuff.
Answer, please.
I just say Nemesis. I don't know what I'm doing. Nemesis final.
That's correct. So Nemesis is the same in Latin and Greek. So that's 15 points for California on toss of 15. We'll have our penultimate score check, please.
All right. Going into our final toss-up, we have New Hampshire with 55 points, California with 65 points, and Florida with 160 points.
Excellent. We're going to move on then to toss-up 20. Here's toss-up 20. When your Latin teacher asks you intelligisne, what are, Mira?
Do you understand? Do you
That's
know?
correct. What are they asking? Do you understand? I apologize for my stumble. Here's your first bonus. You reply to your teacher plus minusve. What are you telling your teacher?
Can you put it in the chat, please?
Yeah, we're about to.
Isn't that more or less?
Okay, I know the. Yeah, more or less sounds correct. Since I know the first word is more, so more or less. Final answer.
That's correct. And your second bonus, your teacher then says, "Hoc mihi placet." What does their reply mean?
This pleases me. Final answer.
That's correct. That's the full 20 points for New Hampshire on 20. And we'll get our final score, please.
All right, at the end of this round, we have New Hampshire with 75 points, California with 65 points, and Florida with 160 points.
I want to thank the players for a good round and our audience members for joining us today. I also want to thank our staff and the convention organizers. I've pasted into the chat, first of all, the scoreboard. Obviously, it's not going to be updated instantly with your scores, but look back later in the afternoon or the evening at this point. And the second link is the moderator evaluation. If you want to tell me anonymously how you think I did, what I could improve on, that sort of thing, let me know. Thanks, guys.
Bye. Thank you.
Hi, Theo or
Sorry, I'm looking for that first link.
Oh yeah, I can. You might have to scroll up a bit. I can paste it at the bottom of the chat as well.
Could you paste it again?
This round, and I'm from Texas. Seconding and helping me moderate is
Michael Kearney from Wisconsin. No bias here. And if you have any challenges, of course, direct them to me.
and our primary scorekeeper.
Hi, I'm Mary Beineman from Texas.
And our secondary scorekeeper.
Hi, I'm Jason Gaderowitz from Texas.
And our timekeeper.
Hey, I'm Claire from Virginia. Also no bias.
All right, and just want to welcome the Virginia, Tennessee, and Wisconsin teams for this round. Keep checking the Sched app for upcoming sessions. Don't forget that many colloquia are pre-recorded and you can listen to them anytime. By participating in this session, you are agreeing to abide by the NJCL Code of Conduct and the guidelines, which I will go over. Do not record or in any audio or video without express permission. The moderator and the tech assistant have the authority to remind participants of the guidelines and to remove a participant from Zoom for not following the guidelines and/or the NJCL Code of Conduct. Players, please remember to wait until you're recognized in order to answer a toss-up, even if you may appear first on your own screen. The order on your own screen will be different from the screens of, can be different from the screen of the Certamen staff on occasion. Spectators/coaches in the Zoom, please be quiet for the duration of the match with cameras turned off. At score checks 5, 10, and 15, you are free to clap using Zoom reactions. You may type encouraging words in the chat at those score breaks as well. When scores are read at 19, please only use clapping reactions so that we can finish the round quickly. Audience members in Zoom, again, coaches also can turn on their cameras and microphones at the end of the round. Mr. Kearney, I saw your note. Thoughts?
Yeah, let's proceed for now.
Okay. I am going to paste the Aurelia passage and read that so you know how I pronounce Latin. Aurelia, cui urbs placebat, erat in Egypto cum familia sua ingenti et equo suo. Tredecem ludos magnos Jovis in amphitheatro Alexandriae spectabant. Tandem hic equus iratus domum recurre coipet eheu. Players, please remember to not do anything that may be construed as consultation with your other teammates or any others, including gestures and any verbal communication, electronically or otherwise, with other players, coaches, or audience members. You may not communicate with other players in any way other than by your voice in this Zoom or by word in the Zoom chat. Everyone should remember there should be no exclamations about consultation or other rules or procedures during a question in progress. If players have a question during a toss-up, they should raise their hands or use their voice to ask the question. And again, the raise hand feature in Zoom at the bottom under reactions can be quite helpful. Please remember that moderators have discretion to make rulings during the rounds. If there is an issue, please direct it to the Certamen chair. Please be polite and respectful of our judgment. All right, do we have players who are going to specifically play as captain? Wyatt, obviously, and Alexander, you have a star, and Krish. Okay, but just a reminder that whatever whatever player does say final answer during answering the bonus time, will be giving the team's final answer. And once time is called by me, the next thing said by the team will be considered the final answer. Do any players have a question? Okay. All right, let me make sure I have the correct round open. In fact, I do not. Intermediate, round 2. Okay, we are going to do a practice question again. This practice question, toss-up 0, is for no points. The question does not necessarily reflect the difficulty of questions found in this tournament. Toss-up 0. In ancient Greek and early Latin, a grammatical number existed between singular and plural called dual. What 2 Latin words, Krish?
Duo meaning 2 and bellum meaning war.
I'm sorry, that's not correct. Tennessee 1, Wyatt?
Duo and ombo.
Duo and ombo are correct for no points because it's practice. The first question, what 2 Latin words maintain what is left of the dual endings? So your first bonus, practice bonus for Tennessee. What is the neuter nominative of duo?
Duo, final.
That is correct. And bonus 2, what is the masculine dative of ombo?
I will go with Ombi, final.
Sorry. It is ombobus. At any rate, no points because that was a practice. This 50 years of Certamen throwback question came from the 1976 upper level final round of NJCL Certamen. Toss up, unless there are any other questions. I'm going to begin the real questions. Okay. Ooh, do we have the go ahead, Mr. Kearney? I didn't even think to check. Great. Okay. Toss up number 1. In response to what woman's lack of humility did Poseidon, Virginia 2, Anne,
Medusa?
I'm sorry, Medusa is not correct. And seeing no other buzz, can I get a clear line? Okay, repeating for the other 2 teams. In response to what woman's lack of humility did Poseidon send Cetus to ravage her land of Ethiopia, leading her... Tennessee 1, Wyatt?
Cassiopeia.
Cassiopeia is correct, leading her husband to offer their daughter Andromeda as an offering. Bonus 1 for Tennessee. Name this husband of Cassiopeia.
Cepheus, final.
Cepheus is correct. And bonus 2, what is unusual about Cassiopeia's constellation in which she sits in a chair?
I will say that she is upside down, final.
That is correct. All right. Moving on. So that was full 20 points on toss-up 1. Toss-up number 2 for any player. What is the modern name of a quincum? Wisconsin 1, Krish.
Budapest.
Budapest is correct. So for Wisconsin, bonus 1. What is the modern name of Aquae sextii?
Shoot. What is it? I'm not sure. It's like, oh. No, I don't think I know.
Need an answer, please?
Let's say pass.
Pass. It was sorry. It was Aix-en-Provence, or Aix-en-Provence. Bonus 2. What is the modern name of Aquae Sulis?
This is Bath. Does that sound good? All right, Bath, final answer.
Well, they pronounce it Bath, but yes, you are correct. All right, so that was 15 points to Wisconsin on toss-up number 2. Toss-up number 3 for any player. What English derivative of rapio is an adjective that means extremely hungry or voracious? Wisconsin 1, Krish. Answer, please. Adequate time. Adequate time. Tennessee 1.
I will say ravished.
Sorry, ravished is not correct. And so we haven't heard from Virginia. All right. Thank you. I'll repeat. What English derivative of rapio is an adjective that means extremely hungry or voracious? Read the question twice. Virginia 1.
Ravenous.
Ravenous is correct. Give me just a moment.
think you're good, Lauren.
All right, thank you. All right, bonus number 1, and that was for Virginia. What English adjective derived from the Latin word rego means disorderly and not readily ruled, controlled, or managed?
Irregular?
That sounds right.
I think
Irregular?
Are
you sure about that?
I'm not. Do you have anything? Do you guys have anything else?
Disorderly or
Irreverent?
not as good?
No.
Irregular. Just go with irregular.
I need an answer now.
Irregular, final answer?
We'll check on.
We will check it.
Okay.
We had fun with the dictionary with this question, but we may not have seen them all. So we'll make a note of irregular on bonus 1. And for bonus 2, what English verb derived from the Latin word rideo means to make fun of or to mock?
Ridicule?
Ridicule is a verb.
Yeah.
Ridicule is a verb.
Okay, so it is ridicule.
Okay. Ridicule, final answer?
Ridicule, I can accept. Sorry, I almost said it like it was a Latin word. Ridicule is correct. So that was, let's say 15 points for now to our scorekeeper.
It's probably going to come after the round in terms of the decision.
Yeah. Yes, exactly what Mr. Kearney said. So I have a feeling it's probably fine, but I've said that before and been wrong. So Ms. Feineman has it in the score sheet. Okay. So I think we're ready to move on to toss-up number 4. Am I wrong? Thank you. Okay, toss-up 4. After gaining control of Masana circa 288 BC, what corps of Tennessee won? Wyatt?
Mamertines?
Mamertines is correct. Good job. I wanted to correct my mistake as I stopped saying discharged. So discharged Campanian mercenaries appealed to the What corps of discharged Campanian mercenaries appealed to the Carthaginians for help against Hera's siege in 264 BC, an event that ignited the First Punic War? The Mamertines for Tennessee. First bonus. A year later, what Roman consul managed to detach Hero from his alliance with Carthage, gaining him the first triumphal cognomen in history?
First, I'm sorry, I need to say there is a lot of cutting out going on.
I just want to say I have the same thing over here, so
I'm also getting the same issue.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you for the note. I'll confer with my co-moderator in case we need to switch.
Let's get the answer to the bonus here, quick first.
Yep. Okay, Appius Claudius Caudex, that is my answer.
I'm sorry, that is not correct. It is Valerius, also known as Valerius Massala. Okay. I am going to read the second bonus, and it will also be pasted in the chat anyway. And then we may have to switch. And Mr. Kearney may take over. Okay, bonus 2 for Tennessee. In 262 BC, what city that served as the Carthaginian base on the south coast of Sicily did the Romans besiege before moving to the naval front?
Agrigentum, final.
Agrigentum is correct. Okay. I really want to keep reading, but I think we're going to let Mr. Kearney take over. All right. Let's switch our mod labels, Mr. Kearney, and he's going to say that
So
again.
any
Good luck.
challenges henceforth should be directed to Ms. Dill, not to myself. Give me a second to set up my screen. It's a very different look than the other one. Okay, we're going to redo the Aurelia passage here. Aurelia, cui urbs placebat, erat in Aegypto cum familia sua ingentiet equo suo. Tredecem ludos magnos Ioas in amphitheatro Alexandriae spectabant. Tandem hic equus iratus domum recurre coipit. Ehu. Can everyone hear me all right? And can someone speak up just so I can confirm I can hear you?
Yes.
Okay, excellent. Any questions before we get started with the round? If not, we're going to move on to toss-up 5. One second.
Sorry, was conferring, but we're good.
Here's toss-up 5. Translate the verb form wincom into English. Krish?
I will conquer.
That's correct. Here's your first bonus, Wisconsin. Now translate this verb form into English. Wincamini.
All right, so this would just be, okay, so this would be just passive. So you will be conquered. Does that sound good? All right. Okay, yeah.
Answer, please.
You all will be conquered. Final answer.
That's correct. And your second bonus? Now translate the verb form of winco in this sentence. Skio me wikisse.
So this would just be to have conquered. Or wait, no, it would be in this sentence. So I guess we would have to say conquered, right?
Yeah, or like I have conquered.
Yeah.
Answer,
okay.
Please.
I have conquered. Final answer.
That's correct. So that's the full 20 points for Wisconsin on toss-up 5. One brief note before the score check. You'll have noticed there that I call on people by their first names rather than by their numbers or tags like Miss Deal. So just expect me to say your first name. And our score check, please.
All right, so after 5 toss-ups, we have Virginia with 15 points, Tennessee with 35 points, and Wisconsin also with 35 points. Way to go.
Well done. Everyone's on the board. Close game. We're going to move on to toss-up 6. Here's toss-up 6. What type of subjunctive clause is found in the following sentence? Non nulli leones tim. Krish?
Fear clause.
Fear clause is correct. Timebant ne liberi sui in urbem errarent. Here's your first bonus, Wisconsin. What type of subjunctive clause is found in the following sentence? Cum vos nostri amici sitis, tamen volumus vos vincere in hoc certamine.
So this would be concessive. This would be concessive, right? Because of the tamen. All right. Cum concessive. Final answer.
That's correct. And your second bonus? What use of the subjunctive is found in the following sentence? Necesse erat mihi scire num Lucius pervenisset, pardon me.
All right, so this is just indirect question because of the num. Yeah. Sounds good? All right, okay. Indirect question, final answer.
That's correct. So that's the full 20 points for Wisconsin on toss-up 6. We'll move on to toss-up 7. Here's toss-up 7. According to tradition, which of the kings of Rome divided the people into 5 classes? Jordan?
Servius Tullius.
Servius Tullius is correct, based on wealth and into groups of 100 men each for voting. Here's your first bonus, Virginia. What was the name of the assembly in which these 5 classes voted?
This is one of the committees. I think this is Canturiata. I'm not 100%, but
Okay.
this would tribute.
Go with your best guess. I defer to Jordan.
Comitia Canturiata.
That's correct. And your second bonus. Who plotted with Tarquinius Superbus to overthrow Servius Tullius?
Sorry, this would be Tullia Minor.
Okay. Defer to Jordan.
Tullia Minor, final answer.
That's correct. So that's the full 20 points for Virginia on toss-up 7. 1 second while I note something down. Then we'll move on to toss-up 8. Okay, moving on to toss-up 8. In Book 6 of the Aeneid, what ghost flees back to the shade of her former husband, Sychaeus? Anne?
Dido.
Dido is correct. After Aeneas meets her in the underworld and tries to explain why he left her in Carthage. Here's your first bonus, Virginia. Dido and her husband Sychaeus hailed from Tyre, a city of what seafaring people?
I think I know this if you
Of Tyre.
Trying to come up with something I can't.
Is it? I think these would be the Phoenicians. If you know
Oh.
That sounds
Phoenicians?
Answer, please.
Do you want to defer to?
Okay.
I defer to Anne.
The Phoenicians. Final answer.
That's correct. And your second bonus? Name Dido's brother, who murdered Sychaeus in order to steal his wealth and usurped the throne.
This would be Pygmalion. Do you guys agree?
Yes.
Yes. Defer to Anne.
Pygmalion. Final answer.
That's correct. That's the full 20 points for Virginia on toss-up 8. And we'll move on to toss-up 9. Here's toss-up 9. Appropriately decline the Latin phrase quaedam callida dux in the sentence, the people elected a certain experience. Wyatt?
Quandam Kalidam Dukem.
That's correct. The people elected a certain experienced leader. Here's your first bonus, Tennessee. Appropriately decline the Latin phrase quaedam callida dux in the sentence, the country was saved by certain experienced leaders. Answer, please. I think his internet might have gone out because he looks frozen on my screen. Okay.
Yeah, I'm
Yes.
assuming it's a storm.
Oh no. Okay,
Well,
I will keep an eye on the. He was the one saying he had a storm at his house. Yeah.
indeed.
Sorry, I turned off my camera because sometimes that helps with internet issues. I'm still here.
I thought it was my internet for a second. Okay. Well, we're going to ask the Tennessee coach to see if you can text him or get in contact.
Yeah, I'll try to do it right now.
And I'm keeping an eye on the waiting room for him.
We just got an update in the group saying that everyone in Clarksville, Tennessee, where Wyatt is from, had their internet knocked out. So
Oh, geez.
we're awaiting updates. Can you text in the group, Lauren, if you don't mind?
Yeah.
Okay, he's trying to rejoin now.
Okay.
There he is.
Okay, let me connect. Okay. Wyatt, can you hear us?
Yes, I'm sorry.
That's okay, not your fault.
Okay. You can hear us. We're going to give you this bonus again. We're pretty confident that that was just an accident. So appropriately decline the Latin phrase quaedam calida dux in the sentence, the country was saved by certain experienced leaders.
Quodam calida duce. Oh no, my bad, not that. Quibusdam calidis ducibus. Final.
That's correct in your second bonus. Appropriately decline the Latin phrase quaedam calida dux in the sentence. The community's love for a certain experienced leader carried her to a second term.
Okay. Quiusdam calidi ducis. Final.
That's correct. That's the full 20 points for Tennessee on toss of 9. When I had to go back to the main room, I had to change my screen. So give me a second here to get set up again. We'll move on to toss up 10, after which we'll have a score check. What deity, whom the citizens of his primary cult center of Epidaurus called the sun? Why?
Asclepius.
That's correct. Son of Apollo and Coronis, was Machaon's father and the primary god of healing. Here's your first bonus, Tennessee. What younger brother of Machaon accompanied him to fight at Troy?
Podalirus. Final.
Can you spell that, please?
Okay. That is my attempt.
I'm sorry, that's not correct. We need Podalirius. So we need an I at the back end. So no points there. And your second bonus, Coronis was killed after being unfaithful to Apollo with what son of Elatus?
Ishtis. Final.
That's correct. So that's 15 points for Tennessee on toss-up 10. And we'll get our second score check, please.
Alrighty, after 10, we have Virginia with 55 points, Tennessee with 70 points, and Wisconsin also with 55 points.
Okay, very close game. And then we'll move on to toss-up 11. Here's toss-up 11. From what Latin verb with what meaning do we derive flume? Wyatt?
Flow to flow.
That's correct, an outflux. Here's your first bonus, Tennessee. From what Latin verb with what meaning do we derive defunct?
Fungor. To perform. Final.
That's correct, and your second bonus. From what Latin verb with what meaning do we derive fail? F-A-I-L.
I will say follow, to deceive. Final.
That's correct. So that's the full 20 points for Tennessee on toss-up 11. We'll move on to toss-up 12. Here's toss-up 12. Responde Latine. Quem casum expectat praepositi. Alexander? I need an answer, please.
Ablativo.
That's incorrect. Wyatt?
Accusativos.
That's incorrect. I'll repeat for the other team, Wisconsin. Responde latine. Quem casum expectat praepositio propter? Krish?
Accusativum.
Accusativum is correct. You need the "m" ending to indicate the accusative. Here's your first bonus, Wisconsin. Responde latine. Quem casum expectat praepositio quis?
I think this is just accusative, right? Wait. I think it is. I'm not sure. It's not ablative, right? Yeah. So it might be a weird
Answer,
one.
please.
Accusativum. Final answer.
That's correct. And your second bonus, responde latine. Quem casum expectat praepositio secundum?
Would it be like genitive?
I think maybe.
Answer, please.
Genitivum. Final answer.
No, it's accusativum again. So 15 points for Wisconsin on toss-up 12. We'll move on to toss-up 13. Here's toss-up 13. Italian cuisine certainly has changed since the time of the ancient Romans. Which of the following pizza toppings did the ancient Romans have? Tomato, bell pepper, onion, pineapple. Wyatt?
Onion.
Onion is correct. Here's your first bonus, Tennessee. Which of the following dishes would have been especially extravagant to an average Roman due to the type of meat used? Chicken piccata, goat stew, pork salami, beef steak.
Could you paste, please?
It's pasted.
Oh, yes. I will say beef steak final.
That's correct. And your second bonus. Now time for dessert. Which flavor of gelato could the Romans theoretically have produced if they could keep it cold enough? Rum raisin, honey walnut, mint chocolate chip, coffee.
Rum raisin final.
No, we're looking for honey walnut. So that's 15 points for Tennessee on toss-up 13. We'll move on to toss-up 14. Here's toss-up 14. After seeing the dead fish that he had caught be revived by a patch of... Anne?
Glaucus.
Can you repeat that, pardon me?
Glaucus.
That's correct. Be revived by a patch of grass. What Boeotian man consumed that grass and became a god with the fins and tail of a fish? Here's your first bonus, Virginia. After his transformation, Glaucus fell in love with what nymph, who was put off by his fishiness and rejected him? A jealous suitor of Glaucus then transformed her via a potion.
This would be Scylla. Do you guys agree?
I agree.
Yes, we can go with that.
Okay.
I defer to Anne.
Scylla, final answer.
That's correct. And your second bonus? Euripides calls Glaucus the prophet or son of what sea god?
I think this is Proteus. You guys agree?
Yes.
Sure.
Okay.
I defer to Anne.
Proteus, final answer.
1 second, please.
Oh, okay.
No, sorry, we have Nereus, and I've just confirmed that that's correct. I thought there might be an issue there. But that's 15 points for Virginia on toss-up 14. And we'll move on to toss-up 15. Here's toss-up 15. While applying for college, your friend wonders aloud to you that the University of North Dakota's motto is quite strange. They say it has something to do with nuts and murder, but they have confused a letter. What is the motto of the University of North Dakota? Nathan?
Looks at Lex.
That's correct. North Dakota, which translates to light and law. Here's your first bonus, Virginia. Your bashful friend thanks you for your correction and cites the mistake as a lapsus menti, a slip of the chin. What more semantically correct Latin phrase has your friend confused this time?
Lapsus linguae?
Linguae, yeah. Lapsus linguae.
Yeah. Okay. I defer to Nathan.
Lapsus linguae. Final answer.
That's correct. And your second bonus? Alas, your friend takes solace in the Senecan maxim, errare humanum est. What does this mean?
This means to err is human.
To err is human. Yep. Defer to Nathan.
To err is human. Final answer.
That's correct. That's the full 20 points for Virginia on toss-up 15. Can we have a score check? I think it's a really close game on our hands.
You are correct. So after 15, we have Virginia with 90 points, Tennessee with 105 points, and Wisconsin with 70 points. Way to go.
Truly anyone's game here. Let's move on to toss-up 16. Here's toss-up 16. The story from the previous round about Janus continues. Listen carefully to the following passage, which I will read twice, and answer in Latin the question that follows. Uno die, Janus, duas feminas propes statuam saltantes videbat. Erant felices, quod nemo eas vexabat. Atque telephonis picturas multarum rerum capiebat. Hae feminae pulchram et calvam aquilam, quae in statua constitit, non conspexerunt. Haec avis feminas deridebat, et quaque saltare coipit. I'll repeat. Uno die, Janus, duas feminas propes statuam saltantes videbat. Erant felices, quod nemo eas vexabat. Atque telephonis picturas multarum rerum capiebat. Hae feminae pulchram et calva aquilam, quae in statua constitit, non conspexerunt. Haec avis feminas deridebat, et quaque saltare coipit. The question, qualis aquila, Alexander?
Pulchram?
That's incorrect. Wyatt?
Pulchra et calva.
Yes, that's correct. So it's again the case issue. You gave an accusative case and the question asks, qualis aquila in statua erat? So you need a nominative to answer the question. Here's your first bonus, Tennessee. Cur feminae aquilam non viderunt? Answer, please.
Okay. Quod aquila constitit in statua. Final.
More information, please.
I do not know. I'm sorry. Yeah.
So we need something that indicates they were saltabanting or they were picturas capiebante. I'm not going to translate those for you, lest I give away information. And your second bonus, a quibus duae feminae spectabantur.
Do you paste that bonus as well?
Yeah, 1 second. This doesn't count against your time.
Okay. Yano, final.
No, I can't take that, sorry. The question is asking by whom, plural, quibus, are the two women being watched. And therefore you needed to give me Yano et Aquila, sorry. So that's 10 points for Tennessee on 16. We'll move on to toss-up 17 in 1 second. Thank you very much. Toss-up 17. The year 69 AD is known for having 4 different emperors. Jordan?
Uh, 193 AD.
That's incorrect. I'll repeat for the other two teams. The year 69 AD is known for having 4 different emperors contending for power. The whole upheaval started when what governor of Gallia? Krish?
Windex?
Windex is correct. Lugdunensis renounced his allegiance to Nero. Here's your first bonus, Wisconsin. Windex was unable to put together an effective coalition of allies, and his revolt was put down by the armies of the Rhine. Who commanded these armies?
I believe it's Virginius Rufus. Yeah. Virginius Rufus, final answer.
That's correct. In your second bonus, one of the reasons Windex had been unable to garner support was his Gallic birth. From what Gallic group had Windex descended?
Gee, time to guess a Gallic group because I have no idea. Let's say like go with like
Answer, please.
Belgae, final answer.
No, this is the Aquitani, so not far off. So that's 15 points for Wisconsin on toss-up 17. We'll move on to toss-up 18. Here's toss-up 18. Translate the following sentence into Latin. There is a fire in Rome. Alexander?
Ignis est Romae.
That's correct. Here's your first bonus, Virginia. Translate the following sentence into Latin using a gerundive. We must flee to Athens.
Fugio is third, correct? Fugio Fugara?
Yes, it is third.
Okay. Fugiendum est Athene. What's the accusative of Athens? Jordan. Athenos.
I need an answer, please.
No bis fugiendum est Athenos. Final.
That's correct. In your second bonus, translate the following sentence into Latin. My son will sail from Carthage to find us.
Okay. Meus filius. Navigabit. What's the ablative of Carthage?
So it's Carthago.
Carthago. What is that? A small island?
Carthago is it's nominative. I don't know the
Carthago. Causa in.
Answer, please.
Okay. Meus filius navigabit a Carthago Inveniendi nos causa.
No, sorry. So the fundamental issue is that Carthago is a city, and therefore it becomes Carthagena. So it's cities, towns, and small islands. You could give a lot of things in the second half. It could be a purpose clause, a relative clause of purpose, causa with the gerundive, but the important thing is the Carthagena. So that's 15 points for Virginia on 18. We'll move on to toss-up 19. Here's toss-up 19. What city in Aetolia had a king who omitted Artemis during an annual harvest? Anne?
Oeneus.
Say that again, please.
Oeneus.
That's incorrect. Ayushi?
Oecalia.
That's incorrect. I'll repeat for Tennessee. What city in Aetolia had a king who omitted Artemis during an annual harvest sacrifice, leading the goddess to punish that king, Oeneus, by sending Wyatt?
Caledon.
Can you repeat that?
Caledon.
That's correct. By sending a giant boar to ravage the fields. Sorry about that, Anne. Here's your first bonus, Tennessee. According to Ovid's Metamorphoses, what two uncles of Meleager grew angry at his decision to give the boar's hide to Atalanta, sparking a fatal quarrel?
Toxeus and Plexippus, final.
That's correct. And your second bonus? Who killed Meleager by burning his life brand in revenge for her brother's murder?
Althea, final.
That's correct. That's the full 20 points for Tennessee on 19. We'll get our second to last score check, please.
All right. So second to last score check after 19, we have Virginia with 105 points, Tennessee with 135 points, and Wisconsin with 85 points. Way to go.
Really fantastic game. Last question. Let's see who pulls this one. Here's toss-up 20. Derived from a Latin adjective meaning many, what Latin noun means crowd? Krish?
Multitudinous.
That's incorrect. Alexander?
Multitudo.
Yeah. So the issue is whether the genitive is acceptable. Give me a second. I called you incorrect just so we could hear the other answers here. 1 second. We have to look at the rules and see what precisely is acceptable for vocab words, whether the genitive can be taken. We've set it up. So the score remains the same. We'll hopefully get a resolution on that immediately. If not, then we'll do the bonuses for both teams in a breakout room. Okay. Yep, I'm making them right now, Lauren. Okay, I'm going to open rooms for everyone who's on Wisconsin or Virginia. We're going to do 2 bonuses, very simple. Tennessee, you're going to stick here with our timer who is Claire. Okay, I'm opening them now. Lauren, why don't you, I have to assign. Lauren, why don't you go to room 1 with Wisconsin, and I'll go to room 2. Okay, we're waiting for the third team, obviously. Do we have everyone from your room, Lauren?
I believe so. Actually, the coach hasn't come back yet. I'll move into the main session.
Give him a second and then we have to go.
So for Wisconsin, they have 5 potential points depending on the ruling on the toss-up.
So we do actually have a ruling on the toss-up.
Okay.
So the ruling is that we cannot take multitudinous. You cannot give the genitive. And the bonuses were answered as follows by Virginia, who was awarded the points for the toss-up. They gave Claritas correctly on bonus 1, and they gave Maestas on bonus 2, which does mean treachery, but I looked up the derivation. It's from Magnus, meaning great, which doesn't mean treacherous. So no points on that bonus. So that's 15 on 20 to Virginia. All clear? And can we have our final score check, please?
Sorry, my browser is being weird. And okay. So with Virginia being awarded 15 points at toss-up 20, we have a final score of Virginia with 120 points, Tennessee with 135 points, and Wisconsin for 85 points. Way to go.
Stick around for 1 second, Virginia, if you don't mind, for just 1 second.
Thanks for reading.
Thank you, moderators and scorekeepers.
Oh, I just want to remind y'all, let me put it in the chat. First of all, I want to thank all the players. We're not officially done because Mr. Kearney is checking on something, but let me wrap this up officially for everybody else. So again, thank you to the players for a good round, and our audience members for joining us, and behind the scenes staff and convention organizers. We couldn't do it without you. I'm going to paste into the chat the scoreboard link, and then also the moderator evaluation, for which I guess you could evaluate 2 moderators, but mostly Mr. Kearney for this round again, for coaches.
Thank you very much. So we're going back to 3 bonus 1, which was what English adjective derived from the Latin word rego means disorderly and not readily ruled, controlled, or managed. That's Virginia's bonus. We're heavily leaning towards not accepting irregular because we're pretty sure it comes from not rego, it comes from regula, meaning straight line or wood. So just as an update there, if it changes, it'll be on the scoreboard. Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
Okay, just let me know when it's going and we'll run.
It's probably started, but
yeah.
I always like to make sure that the video begins. Okay. I believe we are live.
Okay, excellent.
Yeah, go ahead.
I'd like to start this round, advanced round 2, between Louisiana, North Carolina, and Wildcard Beta by introducing our staff. So I'm Mod 1, the primary mod for today, Michael Kearney from Milwaukee, Wisconsin. And then we have our co-moderator, followed by our primary and secondary scorekeeper and our timer.
I'm Lauren Dill. I'm in Austin, Texas, and I'll be assisting Mr. Kearney, and you can send any challenges or questions to me in a private message in the chat.
Hi, I'm Jason Gederowitz, and I'll be the primary scorekeeper. I'm in Plano, Texas.
Hi, I'm Mary Beineman. I am the secondary scorekeeper, and I am in Houston, Texas.
Hey, I'm Claire. I'm in Central Virginia, and I will be keeping time for Boney.
Excellent. We've got the all-star crew here today. So hopefully we can make up some ground on everyone else. For all players, please wait to be recognized in order to answer a toss-up, even if you appear first on your screen. It may not be that way on mine. The order on your screen may differ. To the audience, please be quiet for the duration of the match with cameras turned off in the Zoom. At score checks 5, 10, and 15, you feel free to clap using the Zoom reactions. You may type encouraging words in the chat at those score breaks, but at 19, please only use the Zoom clapping reactions. Audience members in Zoom naturally may turn on their cameras and microphones at the end of the round. And then the Aurelia passage. Aurelia, cui orbs placebat, erat in Aegypto cum familia sua ingenti et equo suo. Tredecem ludos magnos Iois in amphitheatro Alexandriae spectabant. Tandem hic equus iratus domum recur recoipit. Ehu. I'll read the Latin slower than that in the round, don't worry. Please do not do anything that may be construed as consultation, including gestures and any verbal or electronic communication with the other players, coaches, or audience members. You're in the Zoom, only on the Zoom, in voice, or in the chat. Players, coaches, and audience members should not exclaim about consultation or other rules or procedures. If you have a question as a player during a toss-up, you should raise your hand, 1, or use your voice to ask the question, 2, or 3, raise your hand in the Zoom client. Use that reaction feature. To all the coaches, players, and audience members, please know that moderators, myself and Lauren, have the discretion to make rulings during the rounds. If there's an issue, please direct it to the Curtalman chair. Please be polite and respectful of our judgment. Do we have captains here today? I see Katrina from North Carolina. No captain from Louisiana. That's fine. And we've got Devansh as the captain for the wild card team. Does anyone have a question? Okay, let me get the round out and then we can get started. Okay. I will now read one practice question for no points. This question does not necessarily reflect the difficulty of questions found in this tournament. Toss-up 0. What two-word alliterative Latin proverb has been translated into the alliterative English, forewarned is forearmed? I'll repeat. What two-word alliterative Latin proverb has been translated into the alliterative English, forewarned is forearmed? I've read the question through twice. If there's no other buzzes, I'm going to call time. I called time already, Devansh, sorry. We're looking for praemonitus, praemunitus. Forewarned is forearmed. That's actually my dad's favorite Latin phrase, so he'll be disappointed to hear that no one got it here. That was a throwback question. Since this is 2021 in the 50th year of Certamen, that question came from 1984 upper semifinals of NJCL Certamen. With that done, we're going to move on to the real round. Real points, toss-up 1. Here's toss-up 1. What man migrated to Chios, to which he brought Etesian winds, after his son by Autonoe was torn apart by his own hounds, and his assault on Eurydice caused her to be bitten by a snake? Kingson?
Orpheus.
That's incorrect. I'll repeat for the other two teams. What man migrated to Chios, to which he brought Etesian winds, after his son by Katrina?
Aristaeus.
Aristaeus is correct. After his son by Autonoe, and you heard it already. Here's your first bonus. Name Aristaeus' mother who wrestled a lion.
I think I've heard of this one actually. Is it? Oh shoot! Wait, I've definitely heard of this. Is it? Does it start with a C? Remember?
Is Macris
Answer,
the
please.
daughter? I don't know.
Oh gosh, I don't know.
To NC3.
Oh.
Macris, final answer.
Macris is incorrect. The answer is Cyrene. And the second bonus for you is in the chat. What daughter of Aristaeus was driven from Euboea to Drepana for nursing Dionysus?
Yeah, this one. That's the extent of my myth knowledge.
I think it's Macris is one of the daughters. Wait, nursing. Yeah, isn't Macris one of the daughters? Daughter of Aristaeus? I don't know.
Maybe. I don't know.
You can make a decision. I don't remember this one.
Okay, well, I don't have a better answer.
Answer, please.
I defer to NC3.
Macris, final answer.
Macris is correct. That's 15 points for North Carolina on toss-up 1. We'll move on to toss-up 2. Here's toss-up 2. What use of the genitive case is seen in these lines from Virgil's Aeneid? Admonet insomnis et turbida terret imago. Me puer Ascanius capitisque inuria cari. I'll repeat. What use of the genitive case is seen in these lines from Virgil's Aeneid? Admonet insomnis et turbida terret imago. Me puer Ascanius capitisque inuria cari. I've read the question through twice. If James?
Possession.
That's incorrect. Lauren?
Oh shoot, I was gonna say possession too. Let's go with.
I need an answer, please.
Yeah.
I'm gonna call time.
Answer.
Devansh?
Genitive of the object? No. Let me restart. Genitive, partitive genitive.
So you completed an answer, genitive of the object. Luckily, it's correct, so you get the points. So here's your first bonus, wild card. So objective genitive is the more common phrasing, but same idea. What use of the ablative case is seen in the very next line from the Aeneid? Quem regno Hesperiae fraudo et fatalibus arvis.
Do you know? we just go with possession? In that
Answer,
case?
please.
Possession, final answer.
No, this is the ablative of separation. And your second bonus. What use of the accusative case is torva in this sentence? Talibus aeneas ardentem et torva tuentem lenibat dictis animum lacrimasque quiebat.
Do you have any idea? Ashton.
I'm not sure.
Answer,
It
please.
sounds like it could be a Greek accusative.
Okay, then we should go with that. I actually just made up the toss-up thing because
Answer, please.
Greek accusative, final answer.
No, we need the adverbial accusative. So that's 10 points for wildcard on toss-up 2. And we'll move on to toss-up 3. Here's toss-up 3. The story continues. Listen carefully to the following passage involving bananas, arianae, which I will read twice, and answer in Latin the question that follows. Dum in pictura duae simiae arianas maturas comedunt, in proxima arbore simiae vivae, coruscantes has tamquam enses, inter se communis pugnare simulabant, quo viso, ego et pictor tantis cacanis deridere coipamus, ut simiae nos adesse animadverterent et irescerentur. Etaque arianae factae sunt hastae, quae ab eis in nos contorsae sunt. I'll repeat. Dum in pictura duae simiae arianas maturas comedunt, in proxima arbore simiae vivae, coruscantes has tamquam enses, inter se communis pugnare simulabant, quo viso, ego et pictor tantis cacanis deridere coipamus, ut simiae nos adesse animadverterent et irascerentur. Etaque arianae factae sunt hastae, quae ab eis in nos contorsae sunt. The question, quo modo arianis utebantur? I'll repeat. Quo modo arianis utebantur? I've read the question through twice. Nolan?
Ubenter.
That's incorrect. I've read the question through twice. If there's no buzzes, Ashton?
Hosties?
That's incorrect. Kingson?
Duo.
That's incorrect. I'm going back to Ashton. I'm going to prompt you on hosties.
Hosties quos contorquebant. Is that not the direction you're looking
I'll prompt you again. Just we're trying to get all the information here.
Or is it in hosties?
Okay, so the question is asking, quo modo arianis utebantur? How are they using bananas? And the answer that we wanted is tamquam hostis or ut hostis, so as spears or that sort of thing. I think this is borderline, so I'm going to give you the bonuses just in the interest of fun and potential points, and we'll see in the room what we think, okay? Quid simiae facere simulabant antequam duos homines conspexerunt.
It looks like they were like eating the bananas.
Answer, please.
I think
yeah, Comedunt arenas.
Can you repeat that?
Comedunt arenas.
No, no, the answer we want is inter se pugnare. And the second bonus, quid simiae agunt cum duo viri de riserunt.
Any ideas?
Oh, is this when they I
Answer,
don't know.
please.
Pass.
So it's asking, what did the monkeys do when they notice when the two men laugh and they start to notice them? Animad verterunt eos. So I put that in the challenge box, so to speak. It's a potential 10 points. I noted it in the chat for the scorekeepers, the orders of answers. They got hosties. They were prompted to hosties quos quantor querunt. It's basically going to be a question of whether hosties end zone is acceptable. The prompt was just see if we could get a Tom Quan. Okay, with that done, we're going to move on to toss-up 4. Thank you for your patience, everyone. Here's toss-up 4. What December festival was celebrated in a prominent official's house where drinking, game playing, and music were enjoyed? Marwan?
Saturnalia.
That's incorrect. Katrina?
Okay. Lupercalia.
That's incorrect. Ashton?
Compitalia?
No, sorry, we're looking for the festival of Bona Dea. The end was music were enjoyed exclusively by women. So no points on 4. We're going to move on to toss-up 5. Here's toss-up 5. What author described Saturnian verse as so archaic that it was sung by ancient... Lauren?
Ennius.
Ennius is correct, nice buzz. By ancient country divinities and prophets, and went on to write the first works of Latin literature in dactylic hexameter. Here's your first bonus, North Carolina. What is the title of Ennius's Fabula Praetexta, which is named for a battle that occurred during the Aetolian campaign of his patron Marcus Fulvius Nobilior?
Ambrachia, I'm pretty sure. Does that sound good? Okay, Ambrachia, final answer.
That's correct. And your second bonus? What other work of Ennius recounts Roman history from the arrival of Aeneas to military campaigns during the time of his own death in 18 books?
The Annales, pretty sure. So, okay, Annales, final answer.
Correct. That's full 20 for North Carolina on 5. And can we have our score check, please? Assuming that the wild card is not going to get the points for now.
Yes. So after 5 toss-ups, we have Louisiana yet to score, North Carolina with 35 points, and wild card Beta with 10 points.
Excellent. We'll move on then to toss-up 6. Here's toss-up 6. Using accido, say in Latin, it happens to the best of us. I'll repeat. Using accido, say in Latin, it happens to the best of us. James?
Accidit optimis nostris.
That's incorrect. Ashton? That's incorrect. Lauren?
Shoot, I was gonna Accidit optimis. Wait, shoot.
Please complete your answer.
Yeah, no, I was gonna say the same thing. Never mind. Okay.
Okay. So no points to anyone. Here's the issues. The correct answer is Ashton's answer in the chat, but with an A instead of an O.
Wait,
If you had
Oh.
finished your answer, I would have given you the point.
Shoot, dang it.
So
No.
sometimes you just got to forge ahead. But occidit with an A, optimis nostrum. Yeah, so it's occido. Occido, or whatever. I don't know if that's the correct pronunciation. There might be a macron. Yeah, occido. It's tough to distinguish, I know. Would be to kill or to die. Okay, we're going to move on to toss-up 7. Sometimes sometimes it happens to the best of us. Okay, toss-up 7. We are going to check on the alternate spelling just in case there's some inscription from the 4th century that supports you, Ashton. Toss-up 7. What 2 Homeric characters, whom Poseidon, in the form of Calchas, encourages to defend the Greek ships in Book 13 of the Iliad, often act and are referenced collectively in the poem because they possess the same name? I'll repeat. James?
Ajax.
Could you be more specific?
Ajax the greater and Ajax the lesser.
Yes, that's correct. I was unsure about the singular nature of your answer versus the plural, but we'll get you the points. Here's your first bonus, Louisiana. In Book 3 of the Iliad, whom does Priam ask about Ajax the Greater as they together watch the Greek chieftains from the walls of Troy?
Let's just pick a random Trojan because I really have no idea. Is that good with everybody?
Wait, so whom does I feel like it'll probably be a Greek if he's asking
Answer,
Ajax.
Say Hector, say Hector. Hector, say Hector.
No, give a Greek.
That would be
just
Greek.
say Achilles.
Okay.
Achilles' final answer.
Right idea, Helen, because she's the Greek who's in Troy, right? And your second bonus. In Book 17 of the Iliad, what 2 men carry Patroclus's body back to the Greek camp as both Ajaxes guard them?
James, any
Hector.
idea?
Hector and somebody would be
What?
my
Hector?
guess.
No, Hector couldn't have done it. He's.
Yeah, I guess you're right.
He
I don't know.
wouldn't-
No. Take a guess. Stab in the dark.
Just give 2 Trojans.
Answer, please.
Aeneas and Hector, final answer.
No, we're looking for 2 Greeks. So Menelaus and Meriones. It's tough. They kind of intertwine, and then Aeneas goes off and becomes Roman too. So that's 10 points, and you're on the board for Louisiana on toss-up 7. We'll move on to toss-up 8. Responde aut Latine aut Anglice, cuius iussu interfectus est Cicero. I'll repeat. Devansh?
Brutus?
That's incorrect. Katrina?
Mark Antony.
Mark Antony is correct. Or Marci Antonii. Here's your first bonus, North Carolina. Responde aut Latine aut Anglice, ubi mortuus est Cicero.
Formii?
That sounds right, but are you sure that's like
I'm
the
pretty
right
sure.
spelling?
Yeah.
Okay, sure.
It says. I think
Formii
that's-
sounds good.
Okay. Formii, final answer.
That's correct. And your second bonus. Responde Latine. Quae partes corporis Ciceronis ut dicetur amputatae sunt et in foro Romano positae sunt.
That's so long.
I think.
Yeah, his head and his
Head,
hand.
right? The head.
and
But it's Latin. Remember that. So like what parts of the body? Isn't that just manus et caput? Yeah, that sounds good.
Wait, is that hand singular or plural?
Wait. Oh, good catch.
Answer, please.
I defer to
No, oh my god.
NC2.
Wait, is that me? Manus et caput?
Yes, that's correct.
Okay.
So manus, that's what I'm assuming you're pronounced right, except the singular either. So that's the full 20 points for North Carolina on 8, and we'll move on to toss-up 9. Here is toss-up 9. Exploring the relationship between God the Father and God the Son, and setting a uniform date for Easter, were two of the discussions featured at what event? Called for by Constantine the... Katrina?
Nicene Council.
Yes, that's correct. Now, the Council of Nicaea, or the First Council of Nicaea, called for by Constantine the Great in 325 AD. Here's your first bonus. In what modern-day country is ancient Nicaea located?
Any
in Europe, probably like somewhere. It's
That's
like
a continent, isn't it?
it's sort of close to Constantinople.
Maybe like Turkey and
Yeah, that's
Anatolia.
Modern day Turkey.
Yeah, probably modern
Answer,
modern day
please.
Turkey.
Turkey, final answer.
That's correct in your second bonus. In what year did Constantine move the capital of Rome to Byzantium?
I learned this in world history, and
Okay, Constantine ruled like 330 maybe. I don't know.
I don't.
Edict of Milan was 313, if that gives any context.
Okay.
Answer, please.
Maybe
316 AD. Final answer.
No, it's 330 AD. So that's 15 points for North Carolina on toss-up 9, and we'll move on to toss-up 10, after which we'll have a score check. Here's toss-up 10. What derivative of a Latin word meaning to stuff is an English noun meaning a ludicrous satire? I'll repeat. What derivative of a Latin word meaning to stuff is an English noun meaning a ludicrous satire? I've read the question through. Lauren?
Parody?
That's incorrect. I'll repeat for the other two, or pardon me, I've read the question through twice. If there's no other buzzes, I'm going to call time. Just in there, Devansh. Go for it.
A comedy?
That's incorrect. Kingston?
Spoof?
Spoof I like a lot, but no, it's unfortunately incorrect. We're looking for farce. Farce. So that's no points for anyone on toss-up 10. And we'll have our score check, please.
After 10 toss-ups, we have Louisiana with 10 points. We have North Carolina with 70 points, and we have wild card beta with 10 points.
Excellent. Thank you very much. I've just looked up spoof, and apparently it was invented in 1884 as a word, so not Latin probably. In any case, here's toss-up 11. What type of creature was impersonated by Zeus to rape Antiope? Picked up an object that made a Marwan?
Goose.
That's incorrect. I'll repeat for the other two teams. What type of creature was impersonated by Zeus to rape Antiope? Picked up an object that made Athena's cheeks overly puff out and was half man, half goat. Ashton?
Satyr.
Satyr is correct. Here's your first bonus. Wild card. What satyr, ignorant that it would be his downfall, picked up that Aulos discarded by Athena?
It's Marsyas. I'm pretty sure that's it.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay. Marsyas, final answer?
That's correct. And your second bonus. After Antiope became pregnant by Zeus, she fled from Thebes to avoid the anger of her father, the city's regent. Name that man who was the brother of Lycus.
Not a clue. No. Do you have any ideas?
No ideas at all. Actually,
Answer, please.
Okay, pass.
We're looking for Nycteus. So that's 15 points for the wild card on 11. We'll move on to 12. Here's toss-up 12. The Perusian War is the only political reference contained in the monobiblos of what author, whose elegies are mainly centered around a woman named Cynthia? Ashton?
Propertius.
Propertius is correct. Here's your first bonus wild card. According to Apuleius, what was Cynthia's real name?
It's something like no, Quintia. That's not it. But I have nothing better.
Answer, please.
Okay. Quintia.
No, we're looking for Hostia. And your second bonus? In book 3, Propertius includes an epicadion for what adopted son of Augustus?
This is probably Marcellus. It's the only adopted son of Augustus. Unless Tiberius is up too. Probably Marcellus.
Okay, go with it.
Marcellus. Final answer.
That's correct. So that's 15 points for the wild card on 12. We'll move on to toss-up 13. Here's toss-up 13. Responde Latine. Quod animal mugit? James?
I just realized I don't know the Latin for the animal I'm thinking of, so I'll have to pass.
Okay. Ashton?
Bos.
Yeah, Bos or Waka or Pecus or Taurus or Juvencus. Here's your first bonus. Responde Latine. Cui animali multi pulchris coloribus ut oculis pennae in cauda sunt?
It's a peacock, so
that would be Pavoni, I think. Yes.
Pawoni,
Okay.
final answer.
Nicely done with the right case. That's correct. And your second bonus. Responde Latine. Quod animal mappam rubram ubi quatatur petat?
Do you know?
No.
Should we go with lion, Leona?
Sure.
Leona, final answer.
No, sorry. So we're asking what animal might go for a red napkin, red cloth when it's shaken. So a Taurus, a bull. 1 sec. So that's 15 points for wild card on toss-up 13. It's a strong quarter from you guys. And we're moving on to toss-up 14. Cato the Elder and Laelius play main roles in dialogues written by what famous orator and statesman who famously prosecuted with James?
Cicero, final answer. Or, final answer necessary, but
Yes, either is acceptable. Who famously prosecuted Vatinius, Piso, and Catiline. Here's your first bonus, Louisiana. Nicely done. Cato the Elder is the main spokesman in Cicero's dialogue concerning what subject?
something about philosophy, probably. He liked virtue a lot. Am I good saying that?
I think it's probably some sort of political topic.
Yeah, was it the conspiracy?
Answer, please.
Yeah, just go with that.
Yeah.
Conspiracy, final answer.
No, we need old age. Cato was really old. Your second bonus. In a section of what prominent treatise of Cicero does Scipio Africanus appear to Scipio Aemilianus in a dream to show him the insignificance of all human things?
Probably. Actually, I have no idea, but I know the name of one of his treatises, but it's definitely not it.
Carolyn?
No idea.
Answer, please.
Just say that, James.
On Duty's final answer.
It's a good answer. And it is one of his treatises, but it's not correct. It's De Republica, on the Republic. So that's 10 points for Louisiana on 14. We'll move on to 15, after which we'll have a score check. Here's toss-up 15. After the disastrous defeat of Marcus Aurelius Cotta at Chalcedon in 74 BC, what consul obtained command over Cilicia and Asia and won a series of stunning victories at Cyzicus, Cabira, Lemnos, and Tigranocerta against Mithridates? Katrina?
Lucullus.
Lucullus is correct, against Mithridates VI before his soldiers mutinied, sending him home to tend to his cherry trees. Here's your first bonus, North Carolina. Following the mutiny of his soldiers, Lucullus was replaced by Achilles Glabrio and then Pompey. What city was founded by Pompey after defeating Mithridates VI there in 66 BC, the final battle of Rome's third war with the Pontic king?
It's Nicopolis is the battle.
It's probably the city's name too. I don't know. Should we just go with that?
Modern. Okay. Sure. I don't know that answer. Nicopolis. Final answer.
That's correct. It's got polis in it, right? So that means the city from Greek. And your second bonus? Betrayed by his family and facing open rebellion, where did Mithridates commit suicide in 63 BC?
This is Antiochium. Final answer.
Can you repeat that? Sorry. I just didn't hear you. Sorry. It's on me.
Antiochium.
That's correct. So that's the full 20 points for North Carolina on toss-up 15. I just wasn't expecting you to answer so quickly. So you caught me by surprise. And can we have our score check, please?
Yes, after 15 toss-ups, we have Louisiana with 20 points, North Carolina with 90 points, and Wildcard Beta with 55 points.
Excellent. Let's move on to the final quarter, toss-up 16. Complete the analogy. Vedatus is to Vedaemony as Vedistus is to blank. Ashton?
We see Estes.
That's correct. Here's your first bonus wildcard. Complete the analogy. Video is to Vide as Conor is to blank.
Is it just the stem? No, wait, it's the imperative,
It's
right?
opponent. So it has to be like, it's Conor well, it's a first declension opponent, so it's like
answer, please.
Cornare.
Can you spell that, please?
Sorry. Yeah.
That's correct. And your second bonus, complete this analogy. Videbat is to Widerat as Gauderemus is to blank.
Is that pasted?
We're about to get to.
Oh.
Answer, please.
Gaude Wisset.
No, we need Gawisi Esemus, or an equivalent of that. So I'll paste into chat. Wait, do we need that? Can you say what you said? Oh, hang on. Can you say what you said again?
It was very wrong because I forgot to change it from third person to first person. I said like, what did I say? Gaude Wisset, which is not right.
No, hang on. Wait. No, I'm bad. It's 70. Okay.
Sorry, it's been a
I
long
was
day.
getting confused in my head. 15 for the wild card on 16. And we'll move on to 17. Here's toss-up 17. Of the words antrum, fluctus, papilio, limen, and pectus, which is best described in the following sentence? Per hiemem ursi in hoc loco dormiunt? Anna?
Antrum.
Antrum is correct. Here's your first bonus, North Carolina. Of the words antrum, fluctus, papilio, limen, and pectus, which is best described in the following sentence? Nicessa est marito uxorem trans hoc fere ut res in felices vitent.
Lehman.
Wait, let's double check this.
Yeah.
Yeah, that sounds right. Yeah. Oh,
Katrina, do you want to give the answer?
Lehman, final answer.
Correct. And your second bonus, of the words antrum, fluctus, papilio, limen, and pectus, which is best described in the following sentence? Nautai sperant ut hoc aequum sit.
Fluctus.
Waves?
Yeah.
I think it's, yeah, fluctus, probably.
Did you say final there?
Fluctus, final answer.
That's correct. So that's the full 20 for North Carolina on 17. And we'll move on to 18. Here's toss-up 18. The four sons of Astacus served as defenders of what city, where attackers such as Hippomedon, Parthenopaeus, and Polynices? Anna?
Thebes.
Thebes is correct, and Polynices fell while trying to breach its 7 gates. Here's your first bonus, North Carolina. Which of the 7 against Thebes ironically bore a shield that was inscribed with a naked man bearing fire and the message, "I will burn down the city"?
Capaneus. Katrina.
Capaneus, final answer.
That's correct. And your second bonus. Which of the 7 against Thebes characteristically bore a shield on which nothing was inscribed?
I don't know. It's definitely not Adrastus.
Okay, then just pick.
Parthenopaeus? I don't know.
Okay, Parthenopaeus, final answer.
Say that again, please.
I defer to NC3.
Parthenopaeus, final answer.
No, sorry, we need Amphiaraeus. So that's 15 points for North Carolina on 18. We'll move on to toss-up 19. Here's toss-up 19. In the Aeneid, who speaks this line? Hunc ego diti sacrum gussa fero. Take, James?
Aeneas.
That's incorrect. I'll repeat for the other 2 teams. In the Aeneid, who speaks this line? Hunc ego diti sacrum gussa fero. Take, Lauren?
Iris?
Great buzz. Taeque isto corpora salvo, and is described as flying on saffron wings and trailing 1,000 colors across the sky as she goes to end Dido's suffering. Well done. Here's your first bonus, North Carolina. Who is the speaker of the following several lines from the Aeneid? Mena incepto de sistera victam, nec possa Italia tu quorum avertur regem, quippe vetor fatis, palasne exurre classem argivam, atque ipsos pontuit submergere ponto, unius obnoxam et furias Aeacus oileti.
Oh, this is so familiar. Oh my gosh. I think it's Juno. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's Juno. Cause yeah,
I think so.
Yeah, I think it's Juno.
Juno, final answer.
That's correct. And your second bonus, it was being described in the following several lines from the Aeneid. Hic hamona satos rapta garamantide nympha templa iovi centum latis emania regnis, centum aras posuitve gelemque sacra verat ignem ex cubias divum aeternas, pecudumque crura pingue solum et variis Florentia limina certis. I'm just trying to get you to the paste, I think.
This once again also sounds familiar, but I'm like not so sure. Maybe Dido? I don't know. What is it?
Wait, what part is this from?
Answer, please.
Oh gosh. Should we just go with Dido? I don't know.
Okay.
That's wrong.
Dido, final answer.
No, this is Yarbus. He's the descendant of Ammon and a seized Garamantian nymph and so on and so forth. So that's 15 points for North Carolina on 19. And we'll move on to our second to last score check.
Okay, going into the final toss-up, we have Louisiana with 20 points, North Carolina with 140, and Wildcard Beta with 70 points.
Excellent. A really good round all around. And we'll go to toss-up 20. Here is toss-up 20. Translate the following sentence from Latin to English. Latro canissimus latrantibus canibus pave factus est. I'll repeat. Translate the following sentence from Latin to English. Latro canissimus latrantibus canibus pave factus est. I've read the question through twice. There's no buzzes. I'm going to call time. I called time. I got through the word, so no buzz for you, Devansh, unfortunately. It's a tricky sentence, to say the least. It's the very white burglar, very gray burglar, was terrified by the barking dogs. Pave factus is terrified. So well played to everyone. And we'll have our final score check. Should be similar to last time.
Okay, so at the end of the round, we have Louisiana with 20 points, North Carolina with 140 points, and Wildcard Beta with 70 points.
Okay, before you go, I want to thank the players, that's you, for a good round, and our audience members for joining us today. I also want to thank our staff, especially they've heard me for 3 rounds straight. Thank you guys, and the convention organizers. I've pasted into the chat the score sheet, or the scoreboard more accurately, where you can track how you're doing versus the other teams. Naturally, it won't be updated for a few minutes or a few hours, so check back later tonight. And if you want to tell me how I did, how I moderated, whether it was good, bad, or you have feedback, you can let me know in the moderator evaluation.